Graham, got there in the end after the horror show last week, but that was a fairly professional performance today, and pretty comfortable in the end.
I think after last week's alarmingly underwhelming performance and defeat in Minsk, Robbie, I think the pressure was on Emery tonight. Every time we scored a goal, I kept looking over to his reaction, and I've never seen him fist pump like he did.
Well, he was
under
we're
pressure.
all here now very comfortable, but he was under extreme pressure. If he lost the game tonight.
And one of the reasons he was hired is because he's won the Europa League 3 times. I think we can't dismiss that. So, and I think he was under enormous pressure tonight, and I think he played Ozil tonight, I think, because to go out of a European competition and not play Ozil, I think he would have been judged harshly by that. And I think he got the formation wrong last week. Playing 3 defenders when they only play 1 up top was ridiculous, but he got the formation right tonight. He set us up in a 4-2-3-1, which enabled us to be the superior team that we are. You know, and had he set us up right last week, I don't think we would have lost, albeit the pitch obviously had a factor. What we did well tonight, I thought, was that he moved the ball quicker, one touch through the third. So I disagree with Sonny. I love Sonny to bits, but I don't know what he was saying there. I thought we played differently tonight. I thought there was more movement with Ozil in the number 10 role, bringing Mkhitaryan and Iwobi into the play. I thought we got the fullbacks up high because they sat in a deep block, so we had to get the fullbacks up high. We always worry when we've got Bellerin and Kolasinac, can we do that? But Lichtstein and Monreal did provide that outlet tonight, albeit against inferior players. And I think we did that really well first half. We were benefited by an early goal. We needed the early goal, Robbie, and it was fortunate. But I think one thing that we need to start doing, we try and play too precise football around the box. And I think one thing that Tottenham Hotspur and Man United do really well is they just put the ball in the corridor of uncertainty in a penalty box. If you notice, when Aubameyang put that ball in the box, we had no player in the 6-yard box. But I think their first centre-half obviously made the mistake. Obviously the guy who got the own goal was unfortunate, but the first centre-half really put the second centre-half off because he went for it and missed it, and the other guy couldn't react. So we got the early goal, and I think that buoyed us on. And then obviously the second goal, I thought Xhaka controlled the middle of the park really well. He got 2 assists as well from the 2 corners. The second goal, obviously, Mustafi, that was a training ground routine. The third goal, obviously, you have to blame the goalkeeper for because he came for it and didn't get there.
He's such a big goalkeeper, but he never caught anything. He punched everything.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, but obviously he made a mistake for the third goal. But I think generally, I think we controlled the game pretty well.
Ozil got a start now for you?
Well, he had a very good performance tonight, Ozil. But let's face it, the thing I liked about him tonight actually was Aubameyang kept drifting out wide, and he was the one moving into the box. So he appreciates space, and he knows how to bring players into play. It's hard to judge him against inferior opposition. I'm not going to get carried away and say that this was a 10 out of 10 performance. I think I still worry about us defensively, Robbie. Not so much the defenders, our centre-halves. I think one thing we haven't learnt, when we played Man United up here, our 2 centre-halves always play the high line. And if you remember in that day, the way they kept spinning the ball out wide to...
They were doing that tonight. They was hitting them diagonals.
Hitting those diagonals and also lobbing the ball in the box. What I can't understand, I don't know if those centre-halves are taking direction of Emery or whether that's the way they play. But when the ball's played forward, we've got sort of a situation where one of our defenders is engaging in a duel, and they lose that duel, and it's a second ball. For some reason, Socrates and Koscielny always seem to step forward. And they had great joy twice in the first half. They got in behind because our centre-halves were playing the high line. Had Lichtsteiner not been on the line, that would have been 1-1, and that would have been, he made a clearance off the line that kept us in the game. So I think defensively, there's still work to be done. For all Emery does tactically, and I did notice tonight a lot of the time when players were going forward, he was making sure the defensive midfielder was getting back into place. He kept gesturing out to that defensive midfielder, get back, so he's done that right, but for some reason he wants his centre-halves to play a high line. I don't think Koscielny and Mustafi can do that. Socrates came on, I thought we looked a bit more solid, but the game was dead by then by the time Socrates came on. So, in the end it was a comfortable win, but let's not get carried away by it. We should have been beating a team like this. We should not have lost the first leg to them 1-0. And in the end, we had 22 shots at goal. I do think we need to shoot more, but I think we need to be sort of like shooting better. Only 8 shots on target out of 22 shots tonight, Robbie. And that, to me, is worrying. I think with the Ozil situation, just one thing I will say to the board, not that they listen to somebody like me, will they? Did you see I put another tweet out about Jamie Carragher last night? I found another piece of Jamie Carragher defending against Henry, and I tweeted that out last night, so go and look at that on my Twitter, Graham B195, week defending by Jamie Carragher. So another little dig at Jamie there. But I think we need, the club seriously need to make a statement about Mesut Ozil. I think this whatever we think, this is at the moment dividing divisions between the fans. I think there needs to be clarity from the club. The club need to put out there, what are we doing with Mesut Ozil? I tweeted out a couple of things last night around the situation. I can't believe that he's not getting in the team for football-related matters. He hasn't played 100 of 314 games, which is embarrassing, which is what Martin Keown picked up on. I think Emery's coming out saying that he's not training well, and that might be the case, but I do think we need to understand. We had Arsene Wenger for 20 odd years, didn't we? He was the master communicator. He didn't always tell us the truth, or he masked the truth, but we always knew what was going on. We've got a new management team here, I don't think, who communicate with the fans, and I think the fans are wondering what's going on, and that can sometimes sort of like lead to sort of like where you've got people questioning what they're doing with Ozil. And I think the club do need to make a statement. If he is too expensive on our wage bill, I think they need to come out and say it. I think we would understand if the club came out and said, look, we can't afford Mesut Ozil, Robbie. He's on 350 grand a week. Mind you, the people that made that decision, some of them are gone. They're gone, yeah. But I think the new regime, are moving towards a new model, and I think they just need to come out and say it. I think the fans would be understanding if they were to come out and say that. But just one thing before I go, Robbie. Next week I'm with the same old Arsenal team, Lee Mark Judges and Harry Simmer. We're doing an event in Islington with two ex-Arsenal players, Kevin Campbell and Nigel Winterburn, and there'll be a Q&A session. There are some tickets still left for that. I'm looking forward to doing that next week, so if anybody is interested in going, go on the Same Old Arsenal website and check it out. We're doing a Q&A next Thursday with Nigel Winterburn and Kevin Campbell. But tonight, glad we got through, mate, but this was a team we should be putting away. Don't get carried away. Bigger test away in the next round.